everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being with us today. Let's arrive into a comfortable place. My name is Dima. I'll be guiding you through your practice today. We are on Victory Field every morning at 8 o'clock during weekdays and at 9 o'clock during weekends. Please join us. If you can, either out here or via live stream. And I'll have you come into either a seated position or reclined or any other position you choose to center in today. Together, take a deep in breath and let it go. One more time. And begin to allow for a sense of spaciousness throughout your body as you breathe in and breathe out. And also invite a sense of connection with the ground by directing awareness to the feel of weight within your body. You can even imagine that you are entering a hot spring of warm water that is so soothing to the body, so soothing to the nervous system, allowing the body to soften a little bit further into the ground. And find a rhythm within the breath which allows for elongated in-breaths and out-breaths. And we have the luxury of being outside here with the beauty and the sounds of nature. So you can even direct your attention to the sounds. And find an inner smile. And notice how the more there's softness, the more there's the ability to take a really deep breath and a full exhale. One more deep in breath together. And sigh it out. And take your time wherever you are to stretch the body, arms overhead, breath in. And on the breath out, if you're lying down, take your time to roll over onto your side. Coming up into a seated position to open the practice together with the sound of Om. However you get there is great. And rub the palms together. And place your hands on top of your heart. And take a cleansing breath. Deep in breath together. As you open your eyes, transition into your table pose. Thank you. And as you begin to find the stacking of the joints, rock the tailbone side to side a couple of times. And then maybe curling the toes under if that feels good to you. And separating the knees a little bit wider than usual. Draw the hips back towards the heel. Maybe the hands go forward just a little more. Inhale here, and on the exhale, slowly curl upwards. Curling, tucking tailbone into. And then drawing the chest further forward so that the shoulders are on top of the wrists. Taking an in-breath here. And on the out-breath, drawing your hips back again. Maybe curling toes under to stretch the feet again. Inhale. On the exhale, roll. Inhale, open the chest again. And exhale, press back. Taking in together, this time we'll inhale and rise up. Speeding it up a little bit. And exhale and pressing back. Inhale. And exhale. A few more times. Two more. Last time. Coming into a little bit of a child pose. You can allow the arms to just kind of be comfortable versus stretched out too much. Letting the head release down to the ground. Just for a couple of breaths. Regaining access to this earth. And transition slowly back into a table pose, stacking your joints. Now, yeah, that's what I was going to say about the Instagram one. Allow yourselves to find that expression of expanding the right arm forward and opening it up towards the sky, circling it through, forward again, in, on the out, elbow towards the rib cage, forward again, open it up to the side with the inhale, and on the exhale, thread it through. Again, inhale, open it back up into a twist, exhale, draw it forward, draw the elbow back with the in-breath. Exhale, slowly open it up. Take it in together. On the exhale, thread it through. Let's do that 2 more times. In, open up. Out, draw forward. In, elbow. Out, forward. Open it up to the side with the in-breath. And out-breath, thread it through. Last time, inhale, open up to the side. Exhale, forward. In, elbow towards the ribs. In, out, open it back up. Inhale again and thread it through. Coming back to the center. Now keep the left hand where it is and expand the right arm forward and press into your left hand so you can find a stretch throughout the right side body. So the right hand is on the ground and there's this expansion of the right side body. And take care to not press too hard in order to avoid any kind of overextension in the shoulders. come back to the center. And let's do it on the other side. Expanding that left arm forward. Take it in together. On the out, elbow towards ribs. Maybe even a little curl. Inhale, expand forward and open. And exhale, thread it through. And again, inhale. Go forward with the inhale. Exhale, elbow to ribs, curl. We're just speeding it up a little. Inhale, forward and open. And exhale, thread it through. One more time. In, open. Draw forward, then pull elbow to ribs. Exhale. Inhale, draw forward, open it up to this side again, and thread it through. So what we're doing here is we're accessing some twisting motions throughout the spine, at the same time lubricating the shoulder joints, and thread it through. One last time, opening up. And exhale. Inhale forward and open. And exhale, thread. Good job. And as you return back to the center, take a few more rocking motions side to side. Then curl the toes underneath you to find your way back into this V-shaped pose, downward facing dog. It's a little bit I like to take it with like super bent knees so that I can have this elongation in the spine and take pressure off of the hamstrings, etc. You can start pedaling the feet though too to get access into the legs a little more. And take your time to slowly walk your feet forward to come into a forward fold. And maybe you drop your hips down so that the elbows can rest on top of the thighs. And then see if you can start to find some motions of the tailbone side to side, like bending and extending each leg at a time. Maybe bending and extending both legs. Deep in breath together. And on the out, accessing the hands on the thighs again to help you lift all the way up. Allowing two arms to reach overhead with a deep breath in. On the breath out, palms to heart space. One more time, deep in breath together. On the out, bend the knees, hinge from the hips into a forward fold. Inhale a halfway lift, either elbows on thighs or hands on shins. Exhale, plant palms, step back, plank pose. As you arrive into your plank, see if you can find this place where you have this floor pressing away from the floor, engaging thighs and glutes. And see if you can find a subtle micro bend in the elbows so that you're not locking your elbows, especially those of us who are double jointed a little bit. Take a deep in breath together. On the out breath, lower the knees and take a few push-ups before lowering all the way down to the ground, accessing some of the strength in your arms. Notice how my elbows are pointing directly back. And finally find your way onto the ground, letting your expansion of the chest open up for baby cobra as you draw the shoulders down the back. Elbows still point back, the legs are strong. Keep your left hand on the ground where it is. Expand your right fingertips down into tented shape in front of you and press up slightly through the left hand to just kind of rock up and stretch the right side body. Come back to center, switch hands. So notice I'm not extending that arm so far forward. It's nice and light and lifting and stretching through the left side body. And let's do that a few more times. And back and forth. I just remembered that I forgot to do a little stretch on the left side when we were in a child pose earlier. You guys know what I'm talking about? It felt like something is missing. Mary Beth, I knew you would. And now let's do that stretch just so that like it doesn't keep bugging me. Let's come into a little bit of a table pose. Keep your right hand where it is and extend your left arm forward, pressing into your right hand. Oh, that feels better. Come back to the center and find your downward facing dog. The body will let you know. The body lets us know if it feels tight somewhere, and that's where you follow the impulse of giving it what it needs. Now see if you can walk your feet just a tiny, tiny bit forward, just a tiny bit. Bend the knees to press your hips back. Look forward with the in-breath, and on the out-breath, walk or float forward, coming into a forward fold. With the in-breath, activate through the feet to rise all the way up. And with the out-breath, bow forward again, forward fold. In with a halfway lift. Out, plant palms down, step back, plank pose. Let there be a pressing away from the ground as you squeeze the legs and the glutes. If you'd like to the push-ups, do them again. And we'll all meet either all the way to the ground for baby cobra, or we'll come into halfway to find an upward facing dog. Take an in-breath, and with the out-breath back to downward facing dog. Relax the neck fully. Take it in together and out together. And now take some movements of pressing back and forth. Just bending the knees, drawing the hips back, and then launching forward. So first, let's all do it from the knees down to the ground. Draw the hips back with the in-breath, look forward. Out-breath, lift the knees and launch into plank. Good job. Let's do it again. In and out. 2 more times. Last time. Now, those of us who want to keep doing this for another couple of times, do it. Otherwise, you can keep those knees slightly lifted off the ground when you draw your hips back, all the way back, and then launch forward. 2 more. Last time. Good. Now, slowly draw your hips back again with the in-breath. And on the out breath, just fully let go of the neck and the head. And then reach your right leg up towards the sky with the inhale. With the exhale, the knee comes to the chest. In, elongate it back. On the out, knee to the chest, step the foot to the right thumb for your runner lunge as you hover over your front thigh. Take your time to rise all the way up for a crescent, bending back knee. Make fists with your hands to circle your wrists around. Take your time to reach the arms overhead once again with the in-breath. And on the out-breath, shift the tailbone under just a little bit more, squeezing into your right glute muscle. And then slowly make your way into planting the hands on the hips, extending your left arm all the way up, and coming into a bit of a side bend. Inhale, draw the left elbow back down, come back to center. Exhale, find a side bend. 2 more times, in and out. In and out. As you return back to the center, shift your weight into your front leg, drag the left foot through, come into a little bit of a balance. The right heel is really, really active. And then slowly make your way back into a runner lunge. So what this is going to require you is to bend the right knee a lot, draw the hips back, and then land the foot hip distance apart, bringing your left fingertips to the ground and opening up into a twist to the right. Take a deep inhale together and sigh it out. Now take your time to release the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Toe heel your right foot towards the right some more, like you're about to come into lizard. And then toe heel that foot back towards the back of the mat even more. And now take that twist again just to see the difference. I find that twist to be a lot easier on the body, actually. And come back down, plant the palms down, step back in a plank and hold. Inhale here. With the exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, just like where that right foot was. And open up into a twist to the left. Now release the hand. Don't go anywhere. Take a look at where my foot is. Some of you have their feet still right here. I'm actually taking it off the mat completely so that there's plenty of space. Yeah. And now open it up and see how that is. Corina, walk your foot to the side more. Good job. Release the hand back down. Step back to plank. And draw your hips back into downward facing dog. We're going to do it again. Shift forward as you step to the right. Inhale, open up to the side. Exhale, plant palms down. Step back to plank into downward dog. Inhale, step the left foot to the side. Open it up. Exhale, plant the palms down to plank and downward dog. We'll do that 2 more times on each side. Inhale, open. Exhale, step back. Inhale, open. Exhale, step back. Last time on each side. Inhale, open. Exhale, step back. Inhale, open. Exhale, step back. Good job. And from here, the left leg will rise to the sky with the in-breath. The out-breath takes the knee to the chest as you curl. Elongate it back with the inhale. Exhale, step forward. Coming into your runner lunge on this side, hovering. And transitioning into your crescent, bending back knee a lot. Both hands come to the hips so that we can adjust the placement of the feet, tuck the pelvis under, squeeze those glutes. Right arm reaches up with the in-breath. On the out-breath, you bend to the left. Back to center, elbow pulls back. And exhale, bend to the side. 3 more times in. And out. Bend back knee more, tuck pelvis under. Yes. Last time. Now reach the arms all the way up with the in-breath. On the out-breath, shift forward, drawing that and dragging that back foot through into balance. Keep a micro bend in the left knee. Glutes are engaged. And we'll find our way into a crescent, nice and slow. Runner lunge rather than a crescent. So this is going to require to bend that left knee even more. Then land the foot back. And toe heel the left foot to the right. To the left just a little more before the twist. And then as you release your left hand to the inside of your left foot, toe heel the left foot more to the side. That it comes off the mat. Yes, the grass is okay. And see if those toes can face sideways more. Walk the foot back more. Then take that twist. Release the hand down. Step back into your downward dog. And then step to the right, to the outside. And we're going to do it on both sides again. Just taking turns between the two. Release hands, step back on the exhale. Inhale, step the left foot, open up. Exhale, release, step back. Inhale, step forward and open up. And keep going with your own rhythm. Each time there's a bit more precision or where that foot lands. We're not just going through the motions, we're trying to build some mindfulness in movement. Notice the dialogue you're having with yourself about this. And don't judge that dialogue, just notice it. Awareness is everything. Let's do this one more time on each side. Beautiful. And now find that downward facing dog. Bend the knees a lot. Press the hips back in breath. On the out breath, shift forward. Come on down onto your knees and rise up. We're going to do something a little bit funky for a second. Circle wrists. Give those wrists a break. Shake the hands. Notice how this was a lot on your wrist, potentially, for some of us. And I'm going to show you quickly what we're going to do before you go anywhere. So first, you're in a plank. You're going to take the left leg, left foot, put it behind the right knee, and then you will dial the heel to the right, to the left, and press back, and then forth. So it's like pressing back like this, but we're pressing back like this. on one arm. That requires a lot of strength in that left arm, okay? And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Heel dials to the inside. We press back and forth. Okay, are you ready for this? It's a fun little challenge. Come into plank. Lift your left foot, place it behind your right knee, and then dial your right heel to the left, to the inside, to the other side. Dial it to the, yes, and then press your hips back. Good. Press forward again. Other foot, right foot, behind left knee. Dial your heel to the inside, and then press back. Nice, Mary Beth. Press back more. Press back more. Nice, Cheryl. Come back to the center. All right, that was enough. That was enough. Let's try it again later. As you press back into your downward dog with an in-breath, on the out-breath, walk or float forward into a forward fold. Those of you who I can't see in our live stream, I trust that you figured it out. And if you didn't, then who cares? It's just for fun. Rise up all the way. Two arms reach overhead with an in-breath. On the out-breath, palms to heart space. And we shift into the right leg. Left knee lifts for balance. And now, similarly to what we did before, this time hold your Warrior 3 variation. Expanding leg back, fingertips at the chest, shoulders relax. Take it in and out. Notice the shaking that's happening in that right leg. This is wonderful. It's so good for the muscles and the bones in your feet. It's strengthening your legs. And you'll land into a crescent lunge with the in-breath. The out-breath, a Warrior 2 as you dial the back heel down, opening to the side. Taking it in together. Circle wrists again. And on the exhale, reverse it. And now, slowly take your time to come into a side angle lunge. The right wrist or forearm is at the inner thigh. And now notice that left arm, nice and high up there. Bring it slowly down to meet the ground, fingertips on the ground. And then as if you're pulling up a weight, like a 10-pound weight, pull it all the way up. Good. Bring it down with the in-breath. And the out-breath, pull it all the way up. And do that 3 more times. Last time. The last time that you pull it all the way up, extend through the right leg. Bring your right hand, fingertips onto your shin for triangle. Notice if you just locked your right knee, micro bend it. Good job. Feel the expansiveness upwards and soften your fingertips. Two more breaths. And as you rise up to stand, come into goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. Bend and extend. And then we're going to do something new again. So as you bend your knees are tracking with the toes. Bring the left forearm to the inner left thigh and find a side bend. Open up. Open up into a side bend, yes. So keep your chest lifted a little more. Come back to the center. Do it on the other side. Come back to the center. One more time on each side. Maybe you decide to draw the hips down more and draw the fingertips more to the ground. Now if you start dropping your chest, then lift it again. We want to squat down through the hips, not the chest. Good job. Good. Now that you're here, I'm going to take it into a wide-legged stance and bow forward into a wide-legged forward fold. Place your left hand underneath your face. Bend your knees, draw your hips back, lift your chest. And now draw your hips towards the left, bending the left knee, and readjust the placement of your left hand under your shoulder. Then take a twist to the right with the in-breath. With the out-breath, come back through the center. Notice your right hand. We're going to draw the hips to the right and then grab a hold of the shin with the right hand on the other leg. You with me? Yeah, good. Come back to the center. Bend your knees. Draw your hips to the left. Open up to the right. In. On the out, rock your hips all the way to the right. Come into a counter twist, grabbing a hold of your shin or ankle or foot. Yes. Keep pressing your butt back though. Yes. Come back. Let's do that again. In breath. Bend your knee. Open up to the side. Hips to the left. Exhale to the other side. One last time. You guys are doing great. And other side. Now come into a wide-legged forward fold. Shake the head no and yes and relax. And then we'll take it to the other side. The right hand comes under the right shoulder. Find some length throughout the spine. So like, look at me. If your back is rounding like this, I want you to bend your knees even more to lift the chest. Then draw the hips towards the right for an opening to the left. Feel the out breath. In breath back to center. Out breath, drawing the hips to the other side, coming into a twist. Grabbing a hold of your shin. And again, hips to the right. Open up, hold. Hips to the left. Twist and grab a hold of shin or ankle. One more time. And to the other. That spine is going to thank you later with all these twists. Come back to the center. Relax your neck and shoulders. And then slowly walk your hands towards your right foot to come back into a runner lunge. Taking it in together. On the out, step the right foot back, either into a plank or put the right toes behind the left knee. If you're in a plank, press your hips back, Either dialing, like we did before, back, and release. Good. Some of you are really keen on getting this. Yes, good job. Now, find your way back into downward facing dog with the in-breath. Bend your knees, look forward, and on the out-breath, walk or float forward, coming into a forward fold. As you rise all the way up with the inhale, 2 arms reach overhead. On the exhale, palms to heart space. And we'll do it on the other side. So we're going to shift the weight into the opposite leg now. Which one is that, Mary Beth? You messed up before. I think it's the left leg. So you're going to shift into your left leg and allow, right? Am I accurate, Cheryl? Yes. Keep your heel kind of really, really firm and grounded and find the balls of the feet in that left foot. Once you find that, then really anchor your awareness in your foot and come into that balance. Notice how my left knee is bent and my weight is going back into the left glute. The hands can do what they want. I like to kind of find softness throughout the shoulders by bringing fingertips together into like a circle. One more in-breath. On the out-breath, land in your crescent. And dial the back heel down for your warrior 2. And in your warrior 2, circle the wrists and reverse it. Come back to the center with the in-breath. Find a side angle. And once you set up that side angle, begin to draw that upper arm down, picking up that weight that you've imagined, and pulling up with the elbow all the way up. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. In and out. 2 more. Now remember, on the extension of that top arm, we will extend the left leg as well for triangle, fingertips onto shins. Instagram still giving us trouble. Yeah. Technology. Rise up to center. Find the goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. Bring your fingertips to the center so that palms are at heart space. And then find a lotus mudra so that you open up the fingertips towards the heavens. The base of the palms stay together. With the in-breath, open the lotus mudra all the way up towards the heavens. Look at the sky. Press your hips forward. With the out-breath, come on back down into a goddess, drawing it to your heart. And again, 2 more times. Take in that breath of life and return it back to your heart. Preparing to take your wide-legged forward fold. Adjust your legs accordingly. And take the wide-legged forward fold and make it your own this time. Take any motions that feel good to you, or hold it as static pose, or take any inversions or arm balances that you wish to take. One more in-breath together. On the out-breath, come to center wherever you are and walk your hands towards your right foot, left foot, runner lunge. As you get to your runner lunge, allow the legs to feel their own length. And then step back to either press into plank or take the toes behind the right knee. If you did that, dial the right heel towards the left and press yourself back to the center and to your downward dog. Wonderful. Deep in breath together. On the out breath, bring yourself down onto your knees and take your arches and curls just 3 times. Before coming onto your knees, standing on your knees, hands behind the hips, glutes engage as you press the hips forward and open up through the chest. It's nice and cushy to be on the ground, right, for the knees. See if there needs to be some rocking side to side to access some kinks in the lower back and release them. And then coming into this variation of camel pose, supported camel with the hands on the hips. If some of you are wanting to take the full camel, I like to kind of curl the toes under to bring the heels a little bit higher. And I like to start with taking a half camel, bringing fingertips to the heel or keeping the hand on the back and extending other arm, opposite arm, higher up, pressing the hips forward, finding that opening in the chest. Good. Come back to center, take it to the other side. And when you slowly come out of it, return into your table pose. Separate your knees wider. And then take your twist to the right, opening up to the side. And thread the arm through and hold this time in this thread the needle. Taking any variations that you wish here, that you like to do. And you can press into your left hand even more to accentuate the twist. Slowly getting out of this to take it to the other side. Inhale, open up to the left, and exhale, thread the needle. Adjusting the placement of your right hand potentially so that you can really press and leverage the ground. Slowly return back to the center. Cross the feet and sit back into a seated position. Bring your left heel to the front of your right ankle, and then pull your left knee upwards. Inhale, take your right arm all the way up. On the exhale, wrap your forearm or elbow alongside the knee and make a kickstand with your left hand for a twist. Now as you turn back to the center, grab a hold of your shin with your right hand and pull the left knee towards your left side. And when you extend the leg forward, take a twist again. Inhale back to center, knee pulls over, you got it. Exhale, twist again. I'm really into twists today, did you guys notice? And it's a twisting practice. And out. Final time, if you want to hold it for a bit, you might extend your left arm back and circle your left ankle around. Awesome. Come back to center. Let's switch positioning of the legs. And take a twist to the other side. Grabbing a hold of your shin, ankle, or foot. Come back to center. Pull the knee to the side, finding that hip opener, and then twist it out. Inhale, face the front, knee towards the right. Exhale, twist. 2 more times. Last time. And this time maybe holding and expanding open with the opposite arm. As you return back to center, plant your feet on the ground in front of you and rock to the right and to the left a couple of times. Then cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh for your seated pigeon. If you want to take the foot further back, you can do that. If you want to come into a double pigeon, which is a bit more intense, you can also do that. See which one suits you best today. And the double pigeon, you don't even have to go forward. You can stay upright, and that could be plenty for some of us. Just kind of relax into it. Return to the sounds of nature. And kind of syncing our rhythm with the rhythm of the earth, which is much slower. I don't know if you've heard of the Schumann resonance. It's been the rhythms of the earth have been able to be calculated, including the heartbeat of the earth. And it's like this very, very slow rhythm that human beings are just not tapped into because they move too fast. And it turns out that the more in sync we are with it, the more at ease we feel. Couple more breaths here and we'll switch to the other side. On your own time, just reposition your feet forward, crossing opposite ankle on top. Checking in with this side, it might be different than the other. Checking in with the rest of your body before going deeper. Notice your breath, and if there are constrictions throughout the breath, see if you can soften the body. Two more breaths. And taking the calm of this pose as you transition onto your backs. When you get there, take any motion that you wish before finding your way into your Shavasana. Notice if your body is so keen on doing the same exact thing each time. And just kind of inquire into that and do something different. Just to see what kind of discomfort that arises as you inquire into it. Or some of you might just really like the same thing and you just do that. We eventually arrive together in this final sacred pause. This pause signifies a bowing to the intelligence which breathes us, moves us, which is us. And we humbly ask that this pause brings our attention to our collective interconnectedness. Taking us out of the small ego self into a bigger, into the big heart. I call it the big heart. There's this interconnectedness, like a web of interconnectedness, which can be felt if you go deep inside your heart. And expand your heart open outwards. And expand it open inwards. Notice however out it goes, it is still infinite. And however much in it goes, it is still infinite. And we'll start to move the body. Inviting the movements to eventually take you onto your side, right or left, into fetal position. And just slowly lift yourself up back to a seated position. Rubbing the palms together to place them on top of the heart once again. And marking the end of this gathering with the sacred ending. I'll do a very small chant and we'll close together with the sound of Om. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityamamritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Together take a deep in-breath. I thank you for allowing me to teach you today. The big heart within me bows to the big heart within you. Namaste.